Hello, good morning. We are live from Newcastle upon Tyne for the first race of the Top Flight Series in 2025. I am Stacey Smith and joined by my co-host is Cameron Boyack. How are you doing this morning, Cameron?
Thank you very much, Stacey. It's good to be back in the studio. I'll tell you what, I was just saying to you there, it feels like it's been ages since I've seen you, hasn't it?
And
With
we've had a busy Christmas and festive period. But yeah, really nice to have you here joining us on the live stream on YouTube for the first of the top flight races in Newcastle this morning. A little bit chilly, had a little bit of frost on the course this morning, but the conditions seem to be okay. So we've got the athletes warming up, they are raring to go.
Absolutely. We were just discussing that before we came on the screen, and I was just saying to Stacey, did you check your car before you came in? Because there was a bit of ice on the screen this morning. And it was about 0 minus 0.5, but I'm just looking out the window now. I can see the sun's actually came out, and you can see the conditions down by the Tyneside. There's not a breath of wind. It's not. I think it will pick up the temperature at some point in the next probably 10, 15 minutes. The sun will start to creep out even more. So I think it's looking like it's pretty good conditions for the athletes out there today. It's a super fast course, which we will get onto in just one moment. But just what we think we'll do is we'll just take you through a few of the elite entrants of the top flight race. Like I say, there's going to be two waves today. First wave's going to be including the elite men and the elite women. What a better way to get started with the man himself, last year's top flight winner, the 2024 top flight series champion, should I say. Omar Ahmed is back. He loves these events, and we love having him here from Birchfield Harriers. First at Fulham 10K in 28.58. He was first in Jarrow in 29.15. First in the 5K at Aintree in 14.07. And by the way, that was his best time of a 5K. But I can only imagine he would go a lot quicker. I think we discussed this before. He would definitely go a lot quicker in a faster race. And also the half marathon, 63.02. I mean, I was looking at his. We'll get more onto this as the race gets going. But yeah, he's also done a marathon as well, but doesn't quite match up to the rest of his times. But yeah, I'm sure that will come down at some point if he ever does attempt it. We're going to just see the elite athletes on the left-hand side starting to come up, and you can see George Lowry at the front there, just starting to stride out. Sam Gabriel-Selassie, one of the top flight race series winners. A few Pontypridd athletes came up here for this for the event too.
2025, we're staying alive, people.
And welcome back. As you can see now, you can just see the athletes lining up, getting ready to go. Should be starting in a couple of seconds or so.
Yeah, absolutely. You can just see there's a bit of a downhill start there, but just for clarity, our race director Chris Pye is very meticulous when it comes to making sure the course is all the standards required for elite races. So it will level out, and there will be a few more uphills along the way, but not really. The whole thing pretty much is flat and fast. But we'll just wait now because it looks like we're just about to get underway. The marshals are just moving to the sides, and we'll get on and be able to tell you more about the athletes. And they're away now as they're just heading for the start of the Newcastle 10K. We've got the elite runners at the front there. You can just see Omar Ahmed on the right-hand side already starting to make waves. Sam Gabriel-Selassie on the left-hand side in the white vest with the maroon, is that right? The right colour? Maroon shorts. And Dougie Musson just behind him in the shades. Got Finn Brodie there with the Morpeth Harriers vest on. And I'm sure they'll be looking to make some, maybe stay with Omar as long as possible at the start. But it all depends on how he wants to run this race. We've got a lot of good quality athletes in here. I mean, Stacey, do you want to talk about some of the women potentially who were entered? Because we've got a pretty good field, a pretty solid field with that too. And especially when they're in amongst the men, we'd expect some fast times, especially after what we've seen last year with Jasmine Wood, 33.5 minutes, a European under 23 qualifying time. And I was just learning off the back of that performance that she actually was shortlisted as one of the potential selectees of the under 23 10,000 meters for this year on the back of that. So hopefully we can see something similar today. We can just see how one of our leading females in the picture now.
Yeah, so we've got some fantastic females that have entered into today's race. The likes of Molly Williams from Stockport Harriers. She was 4th in the Abbey Dash in 2022, and she also has a 5k PB of 16:24. Then we've got the likes of Camilla McNepsey. She's from Leeds City AC. She was 2nd in the Top Flight Series for 2024, so we tend to see her pull out performances a lot on the Top Flight Series, and it's fantastic to see her pull up at the first of the Top Flight Series of 2025. Last year in Aintree she was 3rd, and at the Quayside 5k she was 4th, and then Ribble just in December, our last race of the 2024 season, she came 6th. So it's great to see Camilla turn out once again for us. And then lastly, I just want to touch on Rachel Brown. She's from Border Harriers AC. Her PB over 10k is 35 minutes 32, and she also came 3rd at the Brampton 10 mile not too long ago as well. So a really great women's field there. As you can see, we have got 2 cameras for this race, as we always try and do. We're going to have one on the men's and one on the ladies as well.
Absolutely, what a fantastic field. You can already see the leading females, 3 at the front. And just notable from my perspective, Leeds AC, Stockport, North Shields, Polly, all there amongst the top females at the moment, sitting in, doing what they need to do, just getting a feel for the course. But you can just say it's all straight running from here, and we'll go through the course in just one moment. But just looking at the lead pack now, it looks like Sam Gabri-Selassie is happy to sit on Omar Ahmed. And we've seen Sam before, who was 4th in the overall Top Flight Series. He came 5th at the Quayside 5k in August in 14:13, 14:05k PB in August this year. Sorry, you say this year, it's just started, but last year. He was also 4th at the Friday Night Under Lights 5 miler as well in December. Last month. In 23:35, so the man's in good the Belgrade man is in good shape at the moment. Finn Brodie there amongst the top as well. Member of, you'll be familiar with you, Stacey, part of your training group.
Absolutely, part of the LG crew, coached by Nathan Trubb, a fantastic athlete. And you know what, it's great to see so many Northeast athletes turn out today. Northeast running is really part of our heritage, I would say. We've got such a strong culture for the running scene, and I know running is certainly increasing in participation across the UK, but in the Northeast it's really one of our part of our heritage, I would say, isn't it?
Absolutely. And I tell you what, the Morpeth man, Finn, he is in great shape. He PB'd the Abbey Dash. He PB'd on the 5k track in August. 14:18 podium November. And also 4th in the North East Cross Country Championships. But I tell you what, we've got a great turnout from Morpeth Harriers in general. Another big name that went it only at last minute, and one of a very, very much a fan favourite for us anyway. Lawrence McCourt, Big Larry from Morpeth Harriers, coached by Laura Waitman. Big shout out to Laura if she's watching this. Bronze at the North East Cross Country Champs. He's ran sub 14:30 twice this year. And I mean, looking at his personal bests, he's not broken 30 minutes yet, but will that be his day today? Because we do know that he likes to go quite hard, so maybe he'll go with a pace, and maybe it will pay off. Jason,
and it is such a, sorry to cut you off there, but it is a very fast course. It's quite sheltered, so you are down on the quayside in Newcastle, and if you know this course well, you've got walls on one side, trees on the other, and it is pretty sheltered, even if it is windy out there, which it isn't this morning. We've checked with the course officials, and it seems to to be quite a calm morning, but it is a really well protected course. It is a fast course, so in comparison to Ribble Valley, it's certainly faster than Ribble. So in terms of PBs, if anybody is looking for a PB out there, this is the perfect condition and perfect course in order to do that.
Absolutely. I mean, as Stacey was saying, it's a 2-lap course. It's 5K. It's a 5 kilometer circuit and back out, with the majority actually of it being in a straight line. You know, you're running in a sweeping turn halfway up, further along the quayside at Monarch Roads. The course, it's very much protected, like Stacey said. But I tell you what, last year's conditions, if anyone watched that last year, bloody hell, it was horrific. It doesn't matter how much shelter we had, the athletes were getting blown left, right, and centre. But like you say, Stacey just highlighted, the conditions are perfect. There's not a breath of wind. The leaves aren't even blowing out there. Anyway, back onto that very shortly. So yeah, we're down by the then famous quayside, and it's a very, very famous spot for a number of runners. Did you ever run the City Games there actually, or not?
No, I never did, but I did compete in the Top Flight 5K last year, which it's a very similar course. So it's an out and back course. It is, apart from your 180 turn at the very bottom of the course, it's pretty much a straight line, and it's a fantastic course to get a PB and get into a really good rhythm of it as well. You know, you come across a lot of courses, and if it's a bit up and down, if it's twisty turny, sometimes it can really put a stop on your rhythm. But here you can get into a really nice relaxed state. You don't have to worry too much about any technical points on the course. There is just a 180 turn, and that's around about it. But apart from that, you can really relax on this course. You can just see there that the men they're still quite well grouped together as well, which is great to see. Hopefully we will be in for a bit of a treat, a bit of a competitive race as we head over to the 9K and towards the end of the race.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like I say, the course itself, it's about 9 kilometers, I would say, probably about 9K's worth of straight running, in all honesty. You know, we started at the picture and piano. We will head back up there at the end. But I think, to be honest, like what we've just touched on, the course itself is, in comparison to Ribble Valley, is just, you know, it's completely different, flat, back out. You'll see them just in a moment. They will do the hairpin loop and come back on themselves, and they'll be straight back out again to some straight running. But it's more, I mean, the competition is what really drove Ribble Valley to be so fast. Will we see that here? I mean, the guys look like they're all sitting in, I'll be honest. Everyone's kind of looking around. Finn Brodie looks like he's kind of just chilling at the minute. I see Sam Gabriel-Selassie, he's looking around. He's thinking, where's Omar Ahmed here? You know, is he going to make his move now? It looks like he's just here for the win, in all honesty. But you know,
I still think he's going to have a lot of competition around him. I mean, Finn, who's just at the front there, we can see him in the Morpeth Harriers vest. He looks very, very comfortable, as does Sam. And I think, you know, it'd be great to see Omar have a little bit of competition around him and give him a really good run for his money. So as we can see now, they are just coming up to the 180 turn. This is probably the most technical point of the course, and then they come straight back up, and it's pretty much a straight road all the way back up. So it's 2 loops of this, and then they head back into the finish line.
yeah.
See Omar there, he is just tucked in behind Sam and Finn. And then I think in 4th, I think that's Doug Musson, isn't it?
Yeah, it's Doug Musson with the glasses.
He turns out a lot for the top flight races. We saw him compete in a few of them last year.
And you can just see now Omar Ahmed is he's starting to hit the front. It looks like David Long's amongst there too, 66.12 from Valencia this October, just gone. He's run sub 15 for 5K, and he's just over 30 minutes for Cardiff at the minute in his 10K at Cardiff that he ran. But it's great to see him making the journey up if he's not already up here. Like I said, Doug Musson, he is a proven winner. We've seen him win the Warwick Half Marathon. He was second overall in the series last year, second at Warrington. Like Stacey just said, will we see some competition from him today? Finn Brodie is not hanging about. He's out here for a personal best. He's in PB form. His arms are driving. I'll be honest, it looks like Omar's looking like he's working quite hard. But as well, I can just look, if you can just see behind that, you can see the Leeds City vest. We have two very, very good Leeds City athletes here today. We've got Linton Taylor. He was the Quayside 5K winner in April, back in April, I think when Stacey ran. He was 10th at Armagh and 13:54, 20th at the National Cross Country Championships. I mean, we all know that cross country is a completely different ball game when it comes to road running. But he is a class athlete. And do you know what? I do remember when watching him at the Quayside 5K, and I remember sitting watching, he just sat in exactly like he's doing now, and he just watched from afar, picked his way through the fields, and then just kicked away with about 1 kilometre to go. So will we see that from him today again? I mean, I wouldn't be surprised for 13:54, 10th at Armagh. I mean, that is extremely competitive to be finishing in a top 10 at Armagh road race, because you have some of the best athletes in the world turn out for that race. But Finn Brodie isn't letting Omar go. Omar's just looking to it behind him. Finn doesn't look like he's willing to let him go. I think he's determined to get a personal best out there today.
Yeah, Finn looks really, really strong. He's just tucked in there behind Omar, looks very, very relaxed. Now, just switching over to the women's screen as well, I think that is Camilla there from Leeds AC. She looks quite comfortable there, seems to have a little bit of maybe a pacemaker beside her, but she looks like she's got a pretty good lead on the rest of the pack. I believe in second that we've got Molly from Stockport Harriers AC, and then I do believe that we have a North Shields poly athlete, Charlotte Penfold, who is a former England record holder over 800 metres. She is a fantastic athlete, and it's great to see a local athlete pull out for today.
And also a fantastic coach as well.
Yeah, she is.
She's doing big things.
She is a great coach at North Shields Poly, and she has a great juniors squad there. And her and Mel, the other coach, they're kind of like a duo. They're a fantastic coaching system there, and they have a great bunch of athletes. A lot of their athletes medalled at English schools, and they've got some fantastic juniors that are working their way up through the book system now. So yeah, watch out for the juniors coming through the rankings, coming on through into the under 20s, under 23s, and eventually into seniors. So yeah, keep on going, guys.
Amazing indeed. I'm looking forward to seeing how Charlotte gets on, actually. And also as well, you can just see Camilla is actually just pulled away from the guy that she was initially side by side with. She looks like she's motoring, actually. I think we've seen this before, and we've seen this plenty of times in the women's race in the last series, where these were just absolutely hammering it all the way through, picking people off left, right and centre. And I think, to be honest, it looks like generally we've seen in the women's races, I mean particularly with Kirsty Longley, looks like she's probably went off at exactly the right pace. Some people do tend to do that in 10 kilometres. They go off a little bit quick, and they do tend to die. And then if you go off at the right pace, you can start picking people off, gain that momentum, and keep pulling through. And then, you know, next thing you know, you're running a big PB. But just looking back at the men's race, it's very, very bunched at the minute. It's very bunched. Doesn't look like anyone's willing to really make a surge at this moment in time, but like I said, it is a 2-lap course. I do think psychologically sometimes when it's 2 laps, you know, sitting in for the first lap does sometimes make sense.
Absolutely. I think we'll start to see a little bit unfold as they come up to the swing bridge. That is where they will make their turn and they will go for their second lap. Now on the second lap, I think we'll start to see some moves. For the first lap, I think everyone's just quite comfortable to sit in, kind of feel each other out. And then on the second lap, I think that's when we'll start to see the group perhaps just separate ever so slightly. Switching over again onto the women's race, it would have been great to see Kirsty put a performance in for today, because I think that could have been a great 2-horse race at the front of the pack there.
Yeah, I mean, most definitely. We've seen that she's definitely not afraid to go for it, is she? We had some very comical instances with her last time. I've been told not to go into that, but anyway, yeah, no, I think that it's still early doors. It's that time of the year, isn't it, when people are still sort of scoping out what they're going to do, which is Christmas is just finished, training's back on the schedules again. I think that will most definitely, especially when we back down for the Quayside 5K, it will be an extremely competitive race there. And I'm looking forward to seeing how that runs. We can just see on the right hand side. Is that Jess with the camera on the right hand side, just running down beside the athletes? I think it might be. It's
Just
smooth as
the
butter.
social media team, good girl. She's putting in a great little bit of a training session there.
It's yeah. I mean, you can just see the heart. So maybe it's a little bit chilly down there still.
So as you can see, the men are coming up to the swing bridge now. If you're familiar with Newcastle, you know we're famous for our bridges. But yeah, this is where they come up to the swing bridge. They'll be taking a loop back around and going down for a second loop of the course.
Absolutely. And yeah, I mean, it looks like we've had one person. We've got someone who has hit the front at the moment. We're just coming up to the 5K mark. I'm not sure actually if, because that is it looks like a Highgate Harriers vest, if that is Monty Watson or not. I mean, if it is, he's going pretty well. I'm not sure if it is. I'm not sure I've got that incorrectly. We will find out in just a second. I mean, when we get some more splits. But we're just coming up to 5K now, and it looks like it is sub 15 minutes pace. So that's with a conservative first lap. So I think we will be well on for potentially a course record if the athletes can pick it up a little bit more on this second lap. But like I say, you can just tell when the pace starts to pick up in a race. The athletes have went from being bunched to being strung out in a matter of meters. So the pace, there is a bit of an injection of pace here. The pace when I was looking, I mean, I know it's not 100% accurate on the screen, but the pace was sat on around about 3 minutes per kilometre, which is, you know, very, very steady for athletes of this calibre. It's now gone down to the low 250s. We've got the Highgate Harrier at the front, pushing the pace on. Omar, like a hawk, on the back of his head. Finn very closely behind him, not letting him go, wanting to get as many points as he can here, potentially looking to get there. If he can stay here, I've seen Finn in training before, I used to train with him myself. He's got a kick. If he can sit on the back of Omar or sit on the back of what is moving here on this movement, he could be in for a chance here. Dougmason just hanging on the back as well. A little bit of a gap starting to show though, but there's a 3 minute at the front. The Highgate Harriers, the Morpeth Harriers, the Birchfield man, all still working together. And Jess just at the side.
For another sprint there on the side of the course. She's doing a good shift for the social media team. But yeah, I think that we've got a good bunch of about 4 athletes there at the front of the pack. Is this going to be our top 3 as we come into the second lap of the course?
We'll soon find out. And we can just see Dougie Muslin's just falling off a little bit. Sam Gregory-Starcy, we can't really make light of where he is now and how close he is to Finn Brody. I think he's just behind him. I think he's just sat as well. So I think the guys are just jumping on the train at the minute. Just waiting to see if there's any more moves. It's always hard to tell with Omar Ahmed as to whether he's actually struggling or not, because he's got this sort of rocking style from left to right.
We see different styles from Omar, I think, because when we watched him race Ribble Valley, he certainly looked so relaxed, and I thought that he was just going to sit and kick. But as we saw, the guys at the front, the likes of James West, they just kicked on, and they were quite comfortable on taking that increase in speed. They pulled away from Omar quite well, and then we sometimes see him in races, and he does seem to be rocking and rolling a little bit as well. So yeah, hard to kind of understand what Omar is, what condition he is feeling in at the moment.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I think we went over his performances before, but just to put into context, last year alone in 2024, he went sub 29 minutes 3 times, 2020, 28, 27 at Cardiff 10K being a personal best. And to put that into context for those stats guys out there, that's around about 251 per K 10 times, and then it's about 435 per mile for the whole of the 10K. Now, 10K wins, he got 10 10K wins, 10 out of 10. Well, not 10 out of 10 races, but 10 for 10K. He broke 30 minutes 10K 10 times, and also for 29 minutes, he broke it 5 times. So in total, that's almost 20 times he's went under 30 minutes for 10K.
He is such a strong athlete. Indeed. Yeah, he always pulls out a performance and definitely has some consistency there. That you can see he has just gone to the front of the pack there, but he has not pulled away. He certainly has a lot of company around him, so the race certainly is not over at all. Now, I do want to just touch on a little bit about Top Flight in case you don't know. So Top Flight started last year. It is the UK leading elite road racing series, and there's a lot of prize money to be won. So it's a bit of a points-based structure in order to qualify for the end of the series winnings. in December, you have to race at least 3 times. And there's a little bit of a, the higher you place, the more points that you get. And there is a lot of prize money to be won. But for each race winner, they will run away with £200. And there's bonuses on there as well if you break course records and time-based performances.
Yeah, absolutely. Some very, very big incentives there in terms of actually gaining the points throughout the series. But not just that, you also there's big prize money every race. And also as well, this year we've decided to incorporate some track races into the Top Flight series more often. And we're sort of migrating further up north as well this year, which is another great incentive from Chris Pye, trying to make sure that everybody gets an opportunity to either just have a good quality race in their area, or B, get an opportunity to add some points to the Top Flight series. But just looking back now to the men's race, you can just see Sam Gabriel-Selassie. I seen Omar Ahmed, he hit the front temporarily, and Sam was straight past Finn, and he was on the back of him, eyes like a hawk. But instead of sitting on him, he's just thought he's done the right thing. He's went straight past him, and he looks very, very smooth right now. He looks very relaxed. His shoulders are barely moving. His stride length is nice. He's smooth as butter. Omar's just behind him. He also doesn't look like he's gassing too hard right now. Finn's hanging on there. He looks like he's starting to struggle just a little bit, but I think there's not daylight between them. And it looks like Monty as well from Highgate. He's also hanging on the back of Finn. The two athletes there, maybe they can work together and get back on there, because there's a small gap just starting to show now.
There is.
Right before they do the hairpin loop.
Yeah, for sure. I think we are seeing the beginning of Omar and Sam just pulling a little bit away from the Morpeth Harrier athlete Finn. But there's still 3K to go. There's still a large chunk of the race yet to unfold.
Absolutely.
They are coming back up. There's just an ever so slight incline here, probably the biggest incline that you'll see on this course, and then they'll loop back down and into a slight decline. And as they come down onto this straight bit of the road, that's when they'll hit their 180, and that's their turn, and they'll head straight back up to the quayside, heading east towards the finish.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we'll look as well. So Sam will be an interesting finish here, depending on how this looks. I mean, if it comes down to the last 1 kilometre, I won't lie to you, he's got a 3:53 over 1500 this year as a split in a 1 mile. I would expect him to be pretty quick over the last sort of 800 to 600 metres if he's still there. So this is starting to shape up to be a pretty good race. I'm wondering, will there be a further move by one of the athletes? Will Finn Brody work his way back up here? Because it looks like he's ever so slightly uphill, not much. I've been up down this road myself a few times. It's not really too much uphill, but as they turn around and come back around here, there will be a slide downhill, which will suit, I won't lie, Sam Gabriel-Selassie's running style. It is very smooth. He's like a gazelle. And that, as he comes down here, you can just see he's still nice and relaxed. Omar's just hanging on to the back of him. Will we see a move coming over the next? I would expect a move for over the next probably 1K. You would expect to see a move from Omar Ahmed as he comes alongside him. And just as we expected, he's hit the front. Will this be the deciding move, the decisive move? But Sam Gabriel-Selassie, do not expect him to let Omar go. Expect him to stay with him. He's run almost sub 14 last year. I'm surprised I didn't see him, based on his times, running sub 30 minutes, but it all depends on what type of races you get into. That was a 10K on the track.
Now, going on onto the women's side there, I believe that is Molly Williams from Stockport Harriers. She was fourth at Abbey Dash in 2022. She does have a 10K BB of 33 minutes and 29 seconds. I wonder if she is going to get close to that today, because it is great conditions out there. She is also a physio and a running coach herself, and had a little look, and it looks like she's been spending some time at altitude as well, so very fortunate position to be in, training at altitude. I don't think I've done that for a number of years. I think maybe 10 years ago was the last time I was up at altitude, but yeah, just looking online, I think she's been spending some time in the good old Font-Romeu region, which is a beautiful part of the world. Not jealous at all of going to do a training camp over there. And then the camera's just panned round to the Leeds City athlete Camilla McNetsy, and she was second in the Top Flight series last year. So like we said earlier on in the commentary there, that she is a fan of the Top Flight series, and it's great to see her turn out once more for the 2025 season.
Yeah, I mean, she's just on a run now. You can just see there. I mean, it's great for the bike as well because it means we can really follow her. And you know, the boys at you know, Jason himself, I think he's the guy who's on the bike at the minute following her. He's doing a great job. We really try to incorporate that in to make sure we can get both. I know we had a lot of people interested to see the female athletes running because we had some unbelievable performances this year.
Absolutely. As you can see from Ribble Valley, we had Hannah Nuttall and Jess Warner Judd, or Doctor, like I said, she has just qualified. And, you know, we've got some absolute unbelievable athletes, female athletes, turning out on the Top Flight series. So it's fantastic that we're starting the 2025 series strong.
Absolutely. 33:37, I think, is the women's record. So it'll be interesting to see how close that we can see anybody getting to that today. But Camilla is out on her own, so she's obviously motoring along at the minute, and she looks like she's going quite well as well. So we'll be interested. We'll keep an eye on that and see how she gets on.
She does. She looks quite comfortable. Got a little bit of, I would say, maybe a lateral arm swing there, a little bit of rotational. But if she can just keep her eyes ahead of her, using each one of the guys in front of her, trying to claw them back in, it's really quite encouraging. For when you're on your own in the middle of a race, it can be a little bit discouraging, and sometimes you can become a little bit comfortable in your own pace, your own space. But if you can just keep your eyes on the athletes in front of you and try and claw them in as much as possible, it's going to encourage her to keep going, keep pushing on. Switching back over to the men, we can see that I believe Sam has just made a move.
Absolutely, and it was a shocker for her as well, because I tell you what, I think most people were watching this after purely based off what we've seen previously in the Top Flight series. Over 10 kilometers with his previous performances, would have expected Omar Ahmed to have made a move and broken away by now. But Sam Gabri-Celeste, I mean, he looked easy. We were commenting on his way out that his shoulders weren't rocking. He looked smooth. He doesn't even look like he's barely breathing right now. And I was thinking, well, you know, last year's race, I mean, we all seen the epic battle between Callum Johnson, Dennis Kiplanger and Cam Allen, but it was all three men broke 30 minutes, but it was Callum Johnson and Cam Allen that really all the way to the line. Both guys running 29:28 from the gun.
But Sam's PB over 5k is 14:05. He can shift. He can put in a good kick at the end of a race. He's got the speed there, and maybe that's something that Omar needs to address. As we saw in Ribble Valley, you know, James West, they were able to put the foot on the gas and pull away from Omar quite comfortably. But Sam, you can see what a big gap he has now got on Omar Ahmed.
Absolutely, yeah, and I mean, we just touched as well again on, you know, he's ran some 1500s and mile races on the track in the summer, so he's dropping down distances, which also does help. I mean, it's hard to say whether or not there's something going on with Omar, but I mean, Sam is a class act. I mean, again, even now though he's pulled away, I'll be honest, to tell you who he reminds me of, he reminds me a little bit of Tom Lancashire, the way he's running right now, because Tom is very smooth like that as well. He kind of barely looks like he's trying.
Yeah, that's a blast from the past. Yeah, definitely. When you look at that running technique, he looks like Tom.
Very similar, isn't he? Yeah.
For sure, just very comfortable, almost like a graceful running style. If you look at me, I am not a graceful runner at all. But certainly Sam, his running technique, he just seems to glide over the road there. So it looks so comfortable. Shoulders are down. Facial expression is very, very relaxed. He looks really strong, doesn't he, Cam?
He does, and he needs to keep this pressure on because Omar's not gone yet. He's not finished this race yet. He's still got to come back around and loop back round, back onto the Quayside Road before he hits the finish. But we're not far away. We're only 500 metres to go. So, I mean, it looks like he is starting to run away from it if he keeps this going. Excuse me. And he's just looping back around now, ready to come back onto the Quayside. Omar is pulling him back in a little bit, but I think it could be too late for him to come back in. As Sam looks so comfortable right now, it barely looks like he's trying. It's as if he's out here for a Sunday tempo, I'll be honest. But yeah, I mean, what a fantastic performance. It looks like it's going to be a big personal best if he carries on. 41 on the clock at the moment. Just over 300 metres to go. It looks like he's going to be under 30 minutes. He didn't manage to do it last year, but then again, I didn't see him racing a 10K on the road. I seen him on the Highgate doing that. I think this is going to bode well for him as we come into the track season. I expect him to see him again at Highgate, and by the looks of things, it's going to be his year. He's back for the win. He's going to take full points here at the Top Flight Series. He's just starting to pick it up now. You can probably see the finish. There's a bit of encouragement, a bit of adrenaline starting to pump. You can see the crowds are here. They're out supporting Sam, cheering him on.
Yep, and he has just gone under the time bridge there. He's coming into the home straight. Got around about 100 metres to go until that finish tape, but it looks like this is our winner. The first race of the Top Flight season, Newcastle 10K. Our winner is Sam Gabriel-Selassie. Congratulations, absolute strong, impressive performance by him. He just pulled away from, what do you think, around about 2K? He started to put the foot down, just pulled away from Omar there. He takes away the silver from today. And then we've got local athlete Finn Brody. Well done, congratulations. Morpeth Harriers, it's great to see a local athlete get on the podium there.
Oh, absolutely. And just Dougie Musson just missing out on sub 30 minutes there on the clock. I'm hoping, we always have to take this with a pinch of salt when we see on the screen, because sometimes the gun results can be slightly different. But on paper right now, it's looking like there could be at least 3 to 4 athletes under 30 minutes there on a course like this, and it was very slow to start with.
Yep, so looking at we're just pulling up some of the live results now. We will try and get them to you as soon as possible, as the men are still crossing over the finish line. And just see a couple more local athletes there, another Morpeth Fest crossing the line. And we've still got the Leeds athletes out there leading the female race. So she is coming up to, I believe she's coming up to the swing bridge there. So she's not got too long to go. She'll be in the last K or so of the race.
Absolutely. Camilla has been leading all the way here. The majority of the race has been done on her own, which is extremely difficult, I must say. But she is not deterred at all. It looks like like you say, the altitude training is clearly paying off. She's a physio herself. I can only assume she works extremely hard doing that. So to see that here paying off at the Newcastle 10K, walking away with maximum points, there's absolute daylight. You can't even see anybody behind her at the moment in time.
And we can confirm Sam Gabriel-Selassie's official time for the win today was 29:45. Omar Ahmed in second, 29:54, and Finn Brody 29:57 for third position. Congratulations, guys.
Absolutely fantastic running. You can just see now that Camilla is just coming down and round close, round the bend as she comes onto the key side. And it looks like I say, she's absolute daylight between everybody else, on her own for most of the race. It hasn't deterred her. 32 on the clock at the moment, but it looks like she's only got about probably 200 meters to go before she hits the finish.
An absolute stellar performance by her today to go out there. She took it on from the very get-go, and she's been out there on her own. She did have a little bit of company with her for the maybe first 3-4K, but certainly dropped the guy around her, and has just been out there and that is so difficult to do a race on your own. I think we've both been in that position before, where you've been in a race and you've had absolutely no one around you at all. But incredibly impressive for her to just go out there, completely be out on her own, keep pushing. You can see that she's not really relaxed at all. She's pushed on through for the entire race.
Absolutely. It looks to me that this is going to be a course record, a big course record indeed. Jasmine Wood's time looks like it's going to be broken here today, the championship record. It was 33.5 minutes, but we're just hit 33 right now, so it's going to be a 33 high. Is that going to be close to a personal best for her? It looks like it. She's never broke 34 minutes before, but it's looking like on the clock 33:15. But it looks like your Newcastle 10K champion is going to be Camilla McNispy. I do apologise if I pronounced that wrong, Camilla. My first time.
I've done it before. It's a difficult name to pronounce. Apologise, Camilla. We will get it right one of these days. But congratulations on the first win of the 2025 season. Her official time was 34:15, and we will wait through to see who comes through on second and third position.
Absolutely, I think that's one way to kick off 2025. I think it looks like the the mince pies and the Christmas dinner's probably done well for Camilla. I mean, all that extra energy. I think it looks like PBing by almost 1 minute is outstanding, especially at this time of year. And I mean, you can see it is a bit chilly down there, but there's no wind. When she gets into a race, when there's people around her and she's pushed all the way, I mean, I kind of expect her to go well under that 33-minute marker at some point.
And I can just see our local athlete, the wonderful Charlotte Penfold. She's just crossed the line there. Great to see local athlete turn out today for the ladies.
That must be a pretty big performance for Charlotte too, because that was just over 34 minutes since she came in now.
We will just pull up the rest of the results for the women, and we will share that with you as soon as we have it. So Charlotte, she did finish in third position with a time of 35 minutes and 12 seconds.
Do you know what? I think that's a personal best for Charlotte.
I have to check that one there. We'll get her performances up. Just going over to second position there for the women. That was Molly Williams in 34:33. The Stockport Harriers athlete, so she finished in second there.
Some absolutely fantastic running. You can just see as well the rest of the cars. Oh, it looks like Jake from Sunderland Harriers there, just coming through. Former 800-meter runner. It's interesting when we're watching this, isn't it? Because we can be watching the masses, and you tend to know a lot of people in the northeast when you've been growing up. So when they're coming through now, people maybe who have sort of retired from track running and things like that do tend to turn out for races like this. And you sit there and you think, oh God, I know him. That's such and such. I just seen there. I thought that's Jake, who I used to run against in the 800 meters. Class act indeed, Mr. from Sunderland Harriers. Another Sunderland Harriers coming through as well. But look, it looks like a fantastic day down there today, and it was it was a great race indeed, especially from the front where we've seen Sam Gabriel-Selassie in the last 1 kilometre take the front and absolutely take it to them. It just looks like Alex there, just coming across the line from Jarrow. We've touched on her a few times last year in races, and she's now a mum. I think she's a teacher as well. She's out there always. I always see her down Jarrow track whenever I'm down there actually, and used to be part of my training group when I was a kid at Shildon Harriers with David Matthews. Just see Charlotte Ryan coming along there from Durham City Harriers, Durham University as well. Looks like a good performance from her, sub 37 minutes. I think she'll be happy with that. Durham University Athletics Club President actually at the minute. So well done to her. Being coached by Nathan Shrub as well, as far as I'm aware.
And just to confirm again, if you have slightly missed the results there, our men's winner was Sam Gabriel-Selassie in a time of 29 minutes and 45 seconds. And second, we had Omar Ahmed in 29 minutes 54, and Finn Brody 29 minutes and 57 seconds. Going over to the women's race there, we had Camilla McNepsey in a time of 34:15, an absolute stellar performance. Went out there completely on her own, pushed it from the very get-go, and just didn't really have any competition around her. And then in second, Molly Williams in 34:36. And then in third, Charlotte Penfold, a wonderful, wonderful athlete in 35 minutes and 12 seconds.
Very much indeed. And there's the Ring Team brothers as well. Big shout out to them, Ryan and Sam, another former Shildon training group partner, David Matthews. I wonder if Matty will be watching this morning to see how they got on. If he is, shout out Matty, I hope you're doing well. But yeah, it looks to me like the sun has finally came out down the key side. You just see Bill McGurk on the left hand side there, just scurrying along the finish line.
Take your time, Bill. Yeah, you take your time.
think we all know who Bill McGurk is in the Northeast.
He's a bit of a legend in the sport of the Northeast. My God, Bill has been round for forever. He is a wonderful man. You see him at basically every single race in the Northeast. Wherever there's a race in the Northeast, Bill is there. You can guarantee it. I did the Berkeley cross country relays last weekend, and he was there. Give him a big old hug. He's a friendly face on the athletic scene in the Northeast. A wonderful, wonderful man.
We all love Bill. I still remember him as a kid growing up, and kind of the face of Northeast athletics. Very lucky to have him indeed.
Yeah.
So just to touch again on the next Top Flight series, it's on Saturday the 15th of February in Battersea Park 10K. We always see some fantastic racing at Battersea Park actually, so I'm really looking forward to that. We've seen recently on the New Year's Eve, we had a great race there in the 5K. Chris Barnes putting on another great performance for athletes at the Podium 5K, but we're returning there as well on the 15th of February. Like I say, it's on a Saturday morning. I can imagine there'll be some pretty fast races out there.
I think it's the first time that we're doing a 10K at Battersea. We've held races at Battersea Park quite a few times. It's such a popular course, but this is the first time that we're doing a 10K there. Then on the 16th of March, we have the Surrey Half Marathon for the third fixture of the Top Flight series. And then in April 19th, we have Battersea Park 5K, May 11th, Shettleston 10K. So this is the first time that we're actually going to be in Scotland, and we're really, really happy to get up into Scotland. It's again, it's another region which is running is so strong in that area of the UK, and this is going to be our first race in Scotland, so get yourself up at Shettleston. That is just outside of Glasgow on May 11th for the 5th race of the season. Then in June 25th, we are back to Battersea Park for Chase the Sun series, which is part of the Top Flight series. July 20th, we are at Aintree for the Aintree 5K. August 6th, Quayside. We're going to be back in Newcastle for the Quayside 5K. It's a great race. I think that's what I did last year. Took part in it. It was a great race.
You did fantastically as well, Stacey.
You what, sorry?
You ran fantastically there. What was it? What time did you run that again?
I think I did.
Smashed it.
I think I did just over 16 minutes for.
And then you went well under that again, didn't you, straight after?
I did the Podium 5K. After that, and I broke 16 minutes for the first time.
Yep.
Still life in the old girl.
Oh, listen, I'm looking forward to seeing when you're back racing. Honestly, you're going to smash it.
I've had a little bit of the age of 34. The body is certainly not as sprightly as it used to be, so I have some niggles at the moment. But hopefully, I'll get back racing later on in the season. So after the Quayside 5K on the August 6th of 2025, we then go on to the Cheshire Half Marathon in September 14th. Then on October 19th, we have the Jarrow 10K. November 16th, Fulham 10K, and December the 28th, back for the final race of the season, Ribble Valley. So just to confirm again, in order to qualify for the series winnings at the very end of the race, all you have to do is you have to enter 3 races of the season. There is plenty of opportunity there to get involved. 1 race per month, up and down the country, so no matter where you are, there's going to be a top flight race relatively close to you. Might have to do a little bit of travel, but there is races in Scotland, in North England, and down the south as well.
Absolutely indeed. And do you know what? I was just looking at the Battersea Park, just to go back to that, the Battersea Park 10K, which is going to be on, like I say, the 15th of February. That's Saturday the 15th. It's looking like a quick course. I've run around Battersea Park a few times actually, and it is flat as pancake, but looks like it's a 4-lap course. So I think that's actually going to be perfect. It's very similar to Podium, where they do, short, fast, flat circuit. It's a 2.5 kilometer loop, a lot of straight running, and actually the bends are sweeping as well. There's not really any tight turns, to be honest. So the momentum's going to be kept going. I'm not going to say who's in the race yet, because we'll leave that for the podcast, which is coming up shortly. some pretty big names entered already. I'll give a shout out to one guy, Mr. Tom Boardman. I've seen him enter. He's a mate of mine. Tom, if you see this, you better be running that event. That's all I'm saying, because we had this conversation at Loughborough, and I'm looking forward to see how you get on. But anyway, we've got all that to come, and yeah, we're looking forward to it. So.
Just to mention as well, all of the Top Flight Series courses, they are affiliated with the World Rankings Competition certificate. So that means that if an athlete does compete in any of the Top Flight races, all of the courses are official results. So if, say, an athlete wants to go for a qualifying time for, I don't know, maybe the half
World halves.
World halves or something like that, then if that athlete does compete in a top flight race, then that time will qualify for that. So that's something that is completely to top flight, and hats off to Chris Parr for working with the World Athletics competition standards.
So I've just had some communication with the race director, Chris Parr. Not just a race director, by the way, he's also a music producer. If anyone's seen that, if you haven't seen it, check it out. Everyone PBs in the top flight. £200 has been awarded to the winning female athlete, which was Camilla Nisby. £450 for the winner, Sam Gabri Selassie. £200 for Omar Ahmed, and £175 for Finn Brody, who all three of them broke 30 minutes. And also as well, we also had our force, which was Monty from Pontypridd. From Highgate, my bad. Very very similar vests, the structure of the vests. But yeah, all four of them seems to have broken that 30-minute barrier today, which is great running indeed.
Yep, and if you do break the sub-30 barrier, there are prize bonuses for that as well. Now, I believe we are looking at the podium for the women's winner. That is fantastic there to see her on the podium with a nice bottle of bubbly on a cold morning as well. So, I know it's early. Maybe
at the time. Chill it down a little bit.
You can see Morel, he's doing the honours. So just to let you know as well that there is a Top Flight podcast. So we do a pre-race podcast, and we review the previous races that has gone on in the series, and then we give you a bit of a preview for the next series, and we cover all sorts of topics in the running sphere, shall we say.
Oh, absolutely. Looks like our third place female. I'm sure that was Charlotte. Was that not Charlotte Penfold who came third place? I can't see her.
Charlotte's not on the podium there, but
maybe she's on coaching duties. Maybe she's out on film probably.
Drop back over to Nojil's probably to do her coaching duties, and then we go on to the men's podium as well.
It looks like Finn Brody taking third place. They're doing it the opposite way around there. It was interesting. They put in the ladies, it was first place first and then second after. It's interesting the way they did that. But anyway, Finn on the podium there. Great run by Finn. Another sub 30 minutes. I'm sure he'll be happy with that, because to be honest, it was very pedestrian at the start of the race. So we've seen him. Seems to be knocking out PBs all over the shop. So he's obviously still in his best form. Omar taking second place. Again, sub 30 minutes. Well done, Omar. It's great to see him back out supporting the event. We're big fans of Omar here, and he's really helping drive these races and the quality of these races. But here he is, a man who performed out of the world today. Sam Gabri Selassie, looking smooth as butter as he was coming across the line. He barely looked like he broke sweat, in all honesty. So I think it was 29:45, around about there, that he won the winning time for him today. Absolutely great run. He just sort of did what he needed to do to take the win, kicked away at the end. It almost became tactical, but 29:45 in a tactical race. Detriment. Detriment to how fast the course is.
Another coffee.
I'm still sipping on my double espresso. I've been sipping on it for an hour now. Maybe I should just neck it like a shot.
It would have lasted 20 seconds, a double espresso for me. Get a shot, yes. Yeah, congratulations to all of the podium finishers today and everybody who is also running not only in the top flight race but also the run through race as well. So the mass participants there. Congratulations to everybody participating in that and finishing that today. It is a chilly all morning in Newcastle, but it's been an absolute pleasure to commentate with you, Cam, and I'll be heading down. So we are in the studio actually. It's just less than a mile, I think, away from the quayside. So we're going to be packing everything up and heading down to the quayside after this and seeing all of the race finishers and speaking to some of the participants and having a good old chat with the staff as well.
Absolutely. I've really enjoyed it this morning. It was a bit good to be back in the studio. I feel a little bit rusty, but we got there in the end. It's good to see Morel out there enjoying himself, smiling. He looks almost like a bit of a sort of a white Neo out there, doesn't he, with his long mac on from the Matrix. But I'll banter him about that and see it.
He likes his fashion. or our moron.
Come on, put your thumb over the box.
Yeah, it's fine.
Like, come on.
Check out.
You have to get used to this on the running lines.
Great, is it? Come on, we'll teach him how to do it. There we go. Sam's got it.
Nice bit of brook there. So, but maybe it's a bit early in the morning to be necking some off, isn't it? I think, but maybe not. We're in Newcastle after all, aren't we?
Some matches on today, so I think
Tom's laughing in the studio. He's like, yeah, I would have been.
The locals. I'm pretty sure the locals would have started by now. So it's that odd in Newcastle.
Absolutely. Well, we're going to sign off now. Thanks very much for tuning in, guys. We'll see you on the 15th of February for the Battersea Park 10K and the next one of the Top Flight series. Like I say, it's going to be a fantastic race. And yeah, check out the podcast, which will probably be released within a week of the race on the RunThrough channel. So do subscribe if you are wanting to watch that, or you want to see a preview of who's going to be in the race. A bit of more banter, maybe a bit more of an interview from somebody else there. But we will catch you then. Thank you very much and goodbye.
Thank you. Have a great weekend.
It's not mine off now. You have. Not
where they do it, and when they can get you in. So we have had a bank card handed in. We have got this bank card at the finish line, just where the tent is, where the results are coming through. If anyone has dropped a bank card, please head over to the finish line. We'll keep hold of this card at the finish line where the results area is. There's a little tent to the right hand side of the finish line. Please jump in there. We have got that bank card and we'll keep that to one side for you. So there's our winner of the B race across the line. That was Jack Webb in 37 minutes and 10 seconds. Fantastic run from him there. Second place over the line as well. That was Tom Sims, 11 seconds behind in 37.21. And then we have third place across there as well, Jack Henriksen in 37.26. So that's our top three across the line in the B race there. Jack Webb, Tom Sims and Jack Henriksen. All around the 37-minute mark there, so fantastic running from them guys. Here we go, the athletes are really strewn across the line now. We've got M. Jackson there in 37.59 and Jed Shaw 37.58. A tight battle between them two athletes there. Johnny Worrell across the line there, 38 minutes and 11 seconds. Fantastic running for him. Another one under the 40-minute barrier for 10K there this morning. And this fresh morning in Newcastle. Plenty of athletes coming across the line, still under that 40-minute mark there. We're bunching around about the late 38 minutes now, so fantastic running from them. Please give them a big shout out as they cross the line. Brilliant running. So we have our first lady across the line, Lindsay Welburn, in 38 minutes and 59 seconds from Beedale and Askew runners there. Fantastic running. So Lindsay Welburn, our winner there of the female section in 38.59. These athletes still strewn across the line in under that 40-minute mark. So as these athletes come across the line there, supporters, family and friends, you may want to make your way down to the event village after this. You can grab a coffee in the Quayside Garden, or the two really awesome coffee mans that are around. We've also got the street diner there as well for breakfast. So please, if you're wanting a drink or a snack, please dot into them. We've got plenty of stores in the event village as well, so we've got Notch there to provide you with personalised bracelets to celebrate the Newcastle 10K this morning. We've also got our Nuffield Health stand, who are proud sponsors of the Newcastle Up On Time hospitals. These have provided outstanding private healthcare to the North East for over 40 years, so if you're interested in taking out some private healthcare, please drop by their store this morning. We've also got the Children's Foundation, which we're running this event in support of this morning, who provides support and health and well-being for children and young people in the North East with a focus on early years, physical health and mental health. So any information or support you want to provide to them, please drop by their store. We've also got the RunThrough kit store, so if you want a new t-shirt today or any kind of RunThrough kit, please jump into the event village and drop by our RunThrough kit store. We'll be happy to provide you with anything that we can on the day-to-day. And some of our other sponsors of the event, we've got sportshoes.com, we've got our running partner Brooks, we've also got our new energy gel partner Science in Sport, so they're helping us out, supporting these events. Also got our protein bar and snack bar partner Trek, our hydration partner Moon, Fuel for Your Run, and we've got our coaching partner New Levels Coaching, and also Runners Retreat. So there's plenty of information around in the event village about our sponsors today, so if you are interested in any of them, please drop by. These athletes still piling across the line this morning. Fantastic running from all these athletes. We've already are giving them plenty of support in the finish area, but please do keep it up. We're around about the 41, 50, 42 minute mark now for these athletes, so this is brilliant running from them. We get them across the line this morning. Millie Cassidy there, just sneaking under 42 minutes with a 41.49. Got David Darmody, 41.56. Alex Malia, 42.05 from Heaton Harriers there. So some fantastic running from all these athletes this morning. Big round of applause for all these athletes coming across the line now. Flynn Hill there in 42.45, Chris Foley 42.46, Travis Thompson 42.49, Dalton Mason 42.51. So this race is still going out on our YouTube channel, RunThrough, so if you're wanting to watch that back this afternoon when you get home in the warm, please jump onto the YouTube RunThrough channel, click on the live stream link, it will still be there available, you can watch yourself crossing the line. We're coming up around about the 43, 44 minute mark for all these athletes crossing the line now. Thomas Conlon there, 43.50. These athletes are just going to sneak under that 44-minute mark. Theo 1 there, 43.58. Well done to all the athletes getting across the line this morning. Around about that 45-minute mark now. Please, like I said, head down to the event village after this. Got food and drink, plenty of our sponsor stalls down there. One of I've mentioned earlier, momentum running assessment. These guys will give you a comprehensive assessment designed to give an insight into your running economy and performance. So any injuries that you may have sustained in the past, or you want to prevent any injuries, these guys will have a good look over you as an athlete and see where they can make slight tweaks to improve the performance and protect the body going forward. So that is momentum. Please drop by their stall if you're interested in any kind of running assessment there. Back to the athletes crossing the line now. We're around about that 45-minute mark there. Louise Lewis there from Best Athletics, 45.20. Scott Mears, 45.32. Some fantastic running this morning from these athletes. Give them a big round of applause as they head down the finish area. There's our pace across the line in 45 minutes. So you can see what a good job these pacers do coming home in 45 minutes there. They do what they say on their tin. Local vests across the line there. Darlington Harriers, South Shield Harriers, Durham City Harriers. Fantastic running from them athletes there, around about the 46.30, 46.40 mark there. Brilliant running from them. Tim Blackburn across the line there, just under 47 minutes. Bertie AC, Abby Boyle, just under the 47-minute mark as well. So fantastic running from these athletes this morning. Please, as you already are, give them a big round of applause to head down the finish area. Some fantastic finishes across the line at this run-through event this morning. I haven't quite seen anyone finish it quite as quick as Tommy Fury did like a couple of weekends ago at our run-through event, but eyes peeled, we may get one or two. Harrier across the line there, just under the 49-minute mark, so fantastic running from them this morning. We should shortly see our sub-50-minute pacemaker crossing the line, which will have brought all these athletes home in their target time. Something that you don't always get in every other race, but something we provide in the run-through races. Target time pacemakers that will get you round, so you can just focus on the back of an athlete, follow them round, and know that they're going to bring you home in the time that you're after today. Well done to all the athletes getting across the line this morning. A fantastic evening, a fantastic event, and what a way to start your weekend. Nice and fresh this morning. The 10K under your belt. You can enjoy the rest of the weekend now. Put your feet up, but before you do that, why not grab a drink or a bit of food in our event village? We've got plenty of stores in there, totally awesome coffee. We've also got Quayside Garden offering coffee as well, with a 20% discount for all athletes that have coffee this morning.
You keep moving, please.
For all the athletes, as you do cross the line, please be mindful there is athletes still coming across the line.
So keep moving.
The finish area can keep moving down the finish area, just from a safety point of view. Just to keep that clear, because there is athletes still crossing the line and we don't want things piling up. That's it, good work. Thanks for clearing that finish area, wonderful. So around about the 51-minute mark now for these athletes crossing the line. We've got Connie Rook there crossing 51.21. The Saltwell Harriers, Run Nation, Timebridge Harriers. Good to see all these athletes working really hard this morning. Brilliant running from them.
You keep moving, people.
So to the event village, if any of you have arrived and didn't know where the toilets were, I will remind you once again, the toilets are at the bottom of the event village, just past the picture of piano. Multiple stalls, and sponsors of the event in the event village, so please swing by them. I'm happy to give you any information. We've got the run-through kit stall as well, for anyone that fancies a nice new bit of running kit this morning. Please swing by the run-through kit stall. So these athletes now crossing the line, all coming in around about the 52-minute mark. Fantastic running there from Timebridge Harriers. Charlotte Davis across the line there in 52.54. Kevin Scott across the line, 53 minutes. So these athletes well under the hour mark for 10K this morning. So brilliant running from them. Brilliant running here this morning. All these athletes still under the 54-minute mark, the sub 1 hour mark for 10K. So excellent running from them this morning. Got Kaylee Monday across the line there, 53.46, looking very happy as she crossed the line, so hopefully that's a PB for her. Nice to see some smiley faces crossing the start line. Excellent running from all these athletes getting across that finish line this morning. Under the 55-minute mark still, so any athletes that you're waiting for that would be expecting around about 55 minutes, this is your wave of athletes as they come strewing across the finish line now. Fantastic running, some very smiley faces, some tired ones too, but a fantastic morning of running, all sub 55 minutes.
You keep moving, please.
Just a word to all the athletes, once you do cross the line, please keep moving along the finish funnel. We don't want any accidents this morning, any athletes collide into each other. People are crossing that line at some pace this morning, so please keep the finish funnel nice and clear. A brilliant running from the athletes there. We're looking around about the 56-minute mark now, so fantastic running. That's some good celebration times in the air as you cross the line there. There'll be plenty of photos going around on the RunThrough socials, so make sure you get yourself top of the tree with a fantastic celebration as you get across the line there. These athletes coming over now at around about 56 minutes. So brilliant running from them this morning. Again, still under that 1 hour mark. Well done, guys. Fantastic running.
You keep moving, please.
Yes, well done. Well done, everyone.
You keep moving, please.
Fantastic running from all these athletes this morning. Still under that 1 hour mark for 10K, so that's some achievement to kick off your weekend already. Please, athletes, as you do cross the line, keep moving through that finish line. I know you're very, very tired because you've just knocked out a 10K in under 1 hour this morning, but please keep moving forward. We don't want any accidents around the finish line. It's fantastic running this morning, coming in around about the 58-minute mark for these athletes now. So hopefully you've all got PBs, season's best, so just under the target times that you were after for this race. This is what we like to see at RunThrough here, a nice busy finish line, all these athletes completing the race this morning. Our second Newcastle 10K, yes we will be back next year, hopefully more and more athletes supporting this event. If you're interested in doing any of the other RunThrough events, please just look on our Facebook, our Instagram, our X account, or Snapchat, we've got them all of our fixture lists on there. We have over 240 events in the UK planned for 2025. So please, if you're interested in any more RunThrough fixtures, look on there. Alternatively, if you're more at the elite end of things and you're considering one of the top flight races, please get onto the Top Flight Instagram page. They have all the information about what is required for an athlete to be eligible to compete in one of the top flight races. which does obviously involve heavy financial incentive, travel expenses. So please, if you think you are at that level, then just get onto the Top Flight Instagram page. Or if you just want to compete in any of the run-through events, then get onto any of the run-through socials. There's plenty of information about the 240 plus events that we've got lined up for 2025. Back to the results now. We've got these athletes just sneaking under the 1 hour mark, around about the 59:30 mark for 10K this morning. So if these athletes are approaching the finish line, one big push to get under that 60-minute mark this morning. We're up to about 59:50 on the clock, so please, if you are coming into that finish line, last push to make it under the 50, or under the 1 hour mark for 10K this morning. And there we go, Alex Glacier, 1 hour. That is the 1 hour mark to pass, so fantastic running from all these athletes. And let's give plenty of support for all the other athletes still out on the course. Some wonderful celebrations getting across the line this morning. That's what we like to see at RunThrough, and as I mentioned earlier, some of these more outlandish celebrations may get posted on our Instagram page. And there he goes across the line, YouTube sensation Al Pepper. Give his page a follow. Fantastic running from Al Pepper this morning.
Keep moving, please.
What an event we've had this morning down in Newcastle. It's been fantastic from start to finish, I would say. The athletes have been wonderful. And it's really nice to see us crossing the line, happy, plenty of smiley faces, some tired ones too. And also some good celebrations. So for all those athletes that are still out on the course, let's give them a big round of applause as they come through the finish line now. Got Katie Neal across the line there in 1 hour and 14 minutes. Gary Smith, 1 hour and 17 minutes. Sarah Watson, 1 hour, 1 minute and 19 seconds. So fantastic running from these athletes. Please give them plenty of supporters across the line. The King has crossed the line. We can see the crowd. Fantastic running. That's our first member of royalty across the line. Big round of applause for these athletes here. Some fantastic times coming across the line. We're around about the 62-minute mark for 10K, so some brilliant running for these athletes. Like I said, we've got plenty of run-through events scattered throughout the UK this year, over 240 events, so if you are interested in doing any more of the run-through events, please get onto any of our socials. There's plenty of information about our fixture list, when we run these events, where we run them event and what time. So any interest in the run-through events, please get onto any of our socials. And we'll keep you up to date with what's going on. running from these athletes here across the line in around about the 63-minute mark, so fantastic running there. Richard Lewis across the line, 63 minutes and 51 seconds for the Doxy runners. Brilliant running there. We've still got some athletes out on the course, so please, big round of applause for these athletes. This is brilliant running, and like I said many times, what a way to kick off your weekend by getting a 10K box stop on the wonderful looking quayside this morning. Fantastic running from all these athletes this morning, crossing the line around about the 65-minute mark now. This is brilliant running from all you guys this morning, so big round of applause from all the supporters and spectators that are lining the quayside. Please put your hands together for these athletes. It's been a fantastic event this morning. Down at the quayside, what a way to kick off your weekend. A fresh 10K, slightly chilly first thing this morning, but it does seem to be warming up. When I say warming up, it's probably about 3 degrees now, so that is warm for the northeast. Big round of applause for all these athletes crossing the line this morning. Got Nina Jensen across the line in 73 minutes there, so some brilliant times this morning. Fantastic running from all these athletes. And what an achievement. What a start to the weekend. The first 10K boxed off down the quayside this morning. Like I mentioned before, we have got refreshments and food in the event village. So once you finish your race, if you want to head down there, grab a quick coffee, bit of food, that's all taken care of for you guys in the event village. Quayside Garden, they do have 20% off for all runners today, so you just have to show your big number and you will get 20% off your espresso or any coffee-based drink this morning. Back to the race, it's been a fantastic event this morning down in Newcastle. We had over 2,000 entries in this race this morning. We also had our top flight race going off, the elite men's and women's off at 9 AM this morning. What's seen a sub 30-minute performance in the men's race and a strong win from Camilla McNursby to kick off their campaigns to win the Top Flight Series of 2025. Then moved on to the Masters race at 9:20. And we've seen some fantastic performances in that. The athletes getting across the line and getting their work done for the day. So a brilliant event all round. Big well done to all the athletes crossing the line this morning. It's been a fantastic event. Newcastle 10K. Brilliant running from these athletes. Plenty of cheers for them as they cross the line. Some fantastic performances today. Top flight series was also underway today, targeting the elite athletes. We saw some fantastic times and performances in both the men's and women's race there. Moved on to the masses. We've seen some wonderful celebrations, some big smiley faces as they crossed the line this morning. So big well done to all you athletes that have completed the 10K this morning. Fantastic celebration across the line now. These athletes coming in around the 1 hour 24 mark. Some brilliant running from them this morning. Congratulations and well done. And a fantastic effort. Start off your weekend. Some big smiley faces. People across the lines there. So do remember to check out our social media pages. Also plenty of information on there regarding our up and coming fixtures throughout the UK, over 240 events. We will be back on the Quayside though, April the 23rd. We've got the Quayside 5K plus some junior events that day. So there's a 3K and a 1K event going on April 23rd, the Quayside 5K. Now if that's a little bit too short for you, well, we've got something for you longer distance athletes. The Newcastle and Gateshead Marathon, Half Marathon and 10K will be happening on the 4th of May. So yes, you've got your pick of events there. You can do the marathon, you can do a half marathon, a 10K, plus there's also junior events going to be on. So May the 4th, keep your eyes peeled for the Newcastle and Gateshead Marathon. Big round of applause for the athletes coming across the line, coming towards the finish area. Lots of support for these athletes. Fantastic event for them this morning.